How you doing, guys? Welcome to another video here back at my desk. As you could see, this time I have more Storm Collectibles. Recently, I've been getting on these things hooked more and more. I started with one, and now I'm up to with this guy six, and I do have at least four or five more on the way on a pre-order. Hopefully, my King from Tekken 7 will ship out soon. But here we are with Kung Lao from Mortal Kombat. This is again from Storm Collectibles Action Series, as they call it. As you can see, I've already opened this, cracked this guy out. Great figure so far. You do get a background that you can use for some photography. You can pull that out and sort of use that if that's quite something you're into. As far as the packaging, standard Storm Collectibles packaging, they show you the figure itself, a lot of the different accessories it comes with, some of the background on the character. Me specifically, I'm familiar with this guy from Mortal Kombat 2. Obviously, this is his outfit from that series, and for me, I've always felt like this was his top tier outfit for this character. I think Mortal Kombat 3, I didn't like the outfit they gave him in that one, and the subsequent ones, I wasn't too crazy. I think they were leaning a little more into the monk aspect of it. This was pretty cool. But yeah, there you go. You can read his background. I do keep these just in the event I ever want to resell these. I do try and keep the packaging in good condition. As far as what you get in the box, other than the figure itself, obviously, you do get some instructions on how to, take out the hands, put on the hat, change the heads, the different accessories it comes with, etc. In the box itself, you get this cool accessory, which it's supposed to, I guess, emulate when he throws his hat or when he slices someone in half. It's got the effect there of to sort of give it some movement. I guess you could also try and put this on his head, but I guess he'd be a bit head heavy. You also do get this splatter of blood, which could fit in either hat. There is a section here that you could put on, so if you wanted to, it could fit in here. I mean, I guess you could if you wanted to, maybe this way, as he's slicing someone down. It could also fit on this other hat that he currently has on his head. Matter of fact, the instructions tell you to put it on this one, so I'm assuming it would go on this one, but you can also put it on this one as well. This is really cool, actually, when you're posting your figures. If you want to put them in certain ways, you can do that. The other cool thing is if you want to emulate his friendship, he has the bunny rabbit that he pulls out of his hat. And let me take his hat off. And you also get this, this is the main hat that he wears that you can put on his head. But, I guess you could try and emulate the pulling a rabbit out of a hat trick for his friendship. It's a thing you could do. In standard Storm Collectible fashion, you also get alternate heads. This figure only gets one. The face itself, it's probably one of the few, I guess, disappointing things for me. I guess I don't know, he looks a little weird looking. This head, I guess, is not so bad. His teeth are really gray, though, silver, almost like. And the head's, I guess, a little iffy, but, it's just a bit of a complaint from my end. I don't think it's anything major. I will show you guys the other head in a second once I show you the whole figure. But it's not badly done. I don't know. I guess I didn't picture this guy looking like this. The hair, I think, is well done. It's okay. As far as hands, you do get four different pairs of hands. You get these grabby hands. Almost look like he's doing some kind of tiger style. You get these other more sprawled out hands. Again, very similar. You get these hands, which are for holding or grabbing things. These are the hands that you would probably use to more than likely grab things. So like the rabbit will more than likely go in this hand. There you go. You also get these expanded hands, like chop-like, or there, you can slap someone. So that's all the accessories, and then we'll move on to the figure. So Kung Lao, here is in all his glory. I did take his hat off. Let's get the minor complaints out of the way, which is not much. For me, is this, I don't know, this face sculpt. For whatever reason, I'm not too crazy about the face sculpt. Um, I don't know, he looks a little old and ragged. I know he's been through a lot fighting, you know, Shao Kahn's forces or whatever, but I don't know. I'm not too crazy about the sculpt, I guess, on the face, but that's really the only minor complaint. As far as everything else, this figure is awesome. As I said, I'm very partial to this whole suit, which I first saw in Mortal Kombat 2. Um, so he's got definitely here with the sign here and his vest that does move slightly up and down. You can adjust it little by little. I like the teal or I guess maybe blue or green. Sorry guys, I'm colorblind here. But I think it's really well done with the folds, the way they try their best to make it look like actual flowing material. And the sculpts really well in the pants. There's some detailing there with the lines. And then his black boots, which are pretty plain, but there are some slight details there with straps, and there is some slight coloring to give it some bit more texture work. So it's not too bad. And of course, you get his plain gray, I guess, wrist bands or forearm bands, however you want to call them. The skin tone, I think, is done pretty well. Again, there's a whole, they've done a good job with the muscle definition, some veins there. The back, nothing much else to say, but again, I love this outfit so much. I think it does such a great job of representing this character. I think Storm Collectibles has done a great job anyway in turning this into a 3D action figure. So really great job on that end. As far as articulation, you know, you get your standard articulation. His shoulders, these actually can slide up and down, which I think is great. You know, if you want to give him a bit more presence, you can give him wider shoulders. You know, these move up and down. They fully rotate. You got your elbow here. The hands fully rotate because you can pull these out. The head completely turns around. He can look down a little bit, not too much. He could look up. He does have, like most Storm Collectible figures, a bit of an ab crunch. The material up here in his chest, it's like most other Storm Collectible figures, it's like this soft rubber material, and that's to allow for better posability. He does fully turn around, like you could do that if you wanted to. So his waist does articulate really well there. The legs here, you can open up. Probably that's as much as I would feel comfortable going. I don't think you'd go anymore. You might pull the legs out. And then obviously these legs you could move up. The knees are really cool actually. Not only can you do that, but you can do a fully, so I'm assuming this is like some kind of double joint, which is really cool. You can do some kind of knee jump action there. You got some, definitely got ankle movement, you know, good rotation there, which is really cool. And the toe articulation. So this guy will be, I think, very postable, you know, for anyone that wants to sort of play around with him. My posing skills are not quite up to par recently, but it's, you know, something that you can sort of put him on if you wanted to, just play around. But yeah, I really like this figure. I think, again, Storm Collectibles, great job with, you know, these Mortal Kombat figures. Most of their video game figures in general have been really, at least the ones that I have anyway, are really well done. As I said, some of the things that you could play around with, like, you know, you could put this effect here in his hat, so you can make it seem like he's sort of cutting someone, and, you know, you can utilize a lot of these hands that he has here. So if you wanted to, he can look like he's cutting that. As I said, I'm not too partial to the way the head sculpt looks, but because you could put his hat on, you could pretty much do your best to try and cover that. And that looks really, really awesome. I think that looks cool. It's really nice. As I said, you can also, you know, pull out the hands and sort of change them. So you could pull it out and you just kind of got to get it in the slot there. There we go. And you guys could see he just changed hands, and that's the hand that, you know, if you want him to give you some kind of bunny rabbit. And there's your bunny rabbit in his cool action pose. Really cool stuff. I'm really enjoying this figure. I'm really happy with it. Again, great job by Storm Collectibles here. Now, as far as comparisons, before we quickly wrap up here, this guy's really cool. I can't complain. I'm glad I got him. I think him and Reptile is really cool. I kind of came into the Storm Collectibles thing a little late, so I've missed out on things like Sub-Zero and Scorpion, which I would definitely would have loved to have those. But hey, I'm happy with the ones I have so far. As far as comparisons, here is to his one of his mates, Reptile, that I recently also got. I think they go really well together. Size-wise, they are pretty comparable. So yeah, there you go. Good stuff. Let's move Reptile aside. Here he is next to my first Storm Collectibles action figure. This is Axel from Streets of Rage 4. And this figure was great because this is my first one. This is my gateway drug, I guess, into Storm Collectibles. And I thought they did such a great job that I was like, hey, I need to get more. My understanding is that they did also show a prototype for an Adam figure from Street Rage 4. So hopefully that gets released sometime soon. Here he is next to Haomaru from Samurai Showdown. Another awesome figure. I love this one. But I actually do think they fit in really well together, even though they're from different lines, different video game series. And I know this is more like, what do you call it? More video gamey, I guess, sorry, and this is the digitized, right? But I think they go great together, right? You can post him really well. There he is next to Hamaru. Here he is next to Iori. You guys could see him there. So really cool stuff. You know, I know, again, different lines, different video game series, but I really do think they in my collection anyway, in my mind, in my crazy mind, they do fit in really well. And then the last one, hopefully he fits in the camera, is the big man himself. Here he is next to there we go. Zangief from Street Fighter 2. Really cool. You guys could see the size difference there, but it's awesome to be able to finally have my little Storm Collectibles army. Okay guys, so just to wrap up, I would definitely recommend this figure if you're a fan of Kung Lao or a fan of Mortal Kombat in general. I think it's really cool. Definitely this colorway is the preferred colorway for me. Other than the not being too crazy about the head sculpt, but as you guys can see, most of my poses are going to be with his hat down. I do like that they included all these different accessories. So if you're going to pose him doing a fatality, that's really cool. Doing things like slicing someone in half with his hat, it's definitely poseable. Not crazy again about the head sculpt, but I like that they give you the extra head. I like the rabbit for the friendship and the variety of hands that they give you, like most Storm Collectibles. But overall, I'm really happy with this figure. I think, again, at least for me, it is really a great addition to my Storm Collectibles army here that I'm sort of building from the different video game series that I grew up with. You know, and for the most part made up most of my childhood growing up. But there you go. There's gotta find a way. Maybe move him out of the way. There we go. But this guy is definitely great. Definitely would recommend Kung Lao. If you can get your hands on him, go ahead and I would go ahead tell you to go out and get it. I got mine via Big Bad Toy Store. I think they have it available there. This is not something that's sold out or anything. I don't know that a lot of people were looking for this figure, but hey, the good thing is that you can still find them if that's something you are into. And there you go. Thank you again if you made it to the end of the video. Hopefully you found this helpful. You know, always happy to help. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. But if not, thank you for spending your very valuable time with me. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Be nice to each other and take care.